workers now spend 2 full days a week on email and in meetings. Now, when I first saw this headline, Alex, I thought to myself, I think there's going to be some people who hear that and go, 2 full days? Try 5. Because I think there are some cultures where this is probably modest. Now, what this headline is saying, and I'm going to get to the data, is that if you look at a 5-day work week and your totality of time in the office or at work, wherever you work, hybrid, remote, in the office, that the amount of time spent on just email and just meetings adds up to 2 full days of your 5 days. So you're spending 2 of the 5 days doing nothing but email and meetings. I got to tell you something. If that were me, I would be trying to slam my head into the wall. Now, my team knows this. I don't like email. And so I don't send a lot of emails. And I reply to just slightly more than I don't send. But Alex, full disclosure, it works, doesn't it? It works. Yeah. Now, how does it work? I'll get to that in a minute. From my own life, I'm just going to say the people I work with, they know, don't send Ken a bunch of emails. He's not going to reply. And it forces us, and I'll get to the solution, it's part of the solution on this, it forces us to work differently than most people work, and I think it works well. It's either that or Alex just has given up, and everybody who works with me has just given up. Maybe that's a part of it, but hey, if that's what it takes, fine. All right. New data from Microsoft in their annual study of workplace productivity trends. Now, understand that when Microsoft does this, they do this to highlight problems that their products solve. All right, so you got to take this with a shaker of salt. Here's what they found. Beyond the workers now spend 2 full days a week on email and meetings. That's the big piece. Both workers and bosses complain that digital overload is hurting innovation and productivity. Let's all say it together, shall we? Duh. I thought email was enough. Then we had to come up with chat and Slack and Microsoft Teams. It's how many different ways are there to distract us? Well, there's a lot. Social media DMs. Hey, kid, check your DMs. No, I don't want to. Can you just talk to me? Hey, Ken, I sent you a text. Why aren't you talking to me? Hey, I dropped you an email. Okay, fantastic. It's ridiculous. Here's what's happened. Unpopular opinion about email and digital communication. It has made us lazy because all these tools are honestly really good tools for convenience. But the convenience has become a habit, and I think it's made us lazy communicators. Why talk to somebody when I can fire off a text? Well, because if you look them in the eye, you can read their body language. Because a text has no tone in it, and yet somehow we humans attach tone to text. If my wife texts me and I reply, why? Oh, she could take that. I could just be going, why? She might go, why? What? It's too late. Nearly 2 out of 3 people said they struggled to find the time, listen to this, and the energy to do their actual job. Two out of 3 people think that email and Slack and all this digital back and forth at work reduces the amount of time they have for the job, and it reduces their energy to do their job. And it's true, because I know very good people at Ramsey Solutions who tell me with a badge of honor, and I love them to death. I just smile at them and go, come on over to the stress-free Ken land. And they go, I have to have a completely empty inbox by the end of the day. And I just look at them and I go, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad. That must be a burdensome life. I tell you what, I don't worry about at all. What my inbox looks like. I just don't. Now, some of you are going, and I'm teasing you because I'm going to give you a solution here. But this is real. And I've said this for years, Alex. You know this. When you came on board, one of the first things I tell you is, now listen, if you need me and you need some instant response and you can't find me, text me. Because that I'll look at, because then you can say, I need you to look at this. But I am not going to, for the small amount of time I have at my desk. And folks, I'm on the go all day. What would you say my average time at my desk is? A day? Hour and a half? Maybe.
Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Folks, I got to come up with content every day. I got limited. I mean, look at me. I'm not the smartest guy you've ever seen. I got limited brain power anyway. And I'm going to give it to you in all your emails? It's not happening. You want to know why everybody's so freaking stressed out and burned out? This is it right here. You're in a meeting and you got work to do. But you're in a meeting because so-and-so wanted you in the meeting, your boss calls you in the meeting, and we spend half the meeting knocking stuff around when the reality is you didn't need to spend all that time in the meeting. Then when you get out of the meeting, guess what you've got? You got 20 emails that came in during the meeting. I don't even smoke, and I need a cigarette right now just thinking about it. I mean, what are we doing? And it's just normal. Well, the data says that people are stressed out and burned out. So you know what we need here? We need some leadership. We need some people to start going, wait a second. Do you feel this way? Oh, okay, you do. Do you feel this way? Yeah. Oh, I feel this way too. I mean, let me put it this way before I get into the solution. Just for everybody listening and watching, for one moment, give me 10 seconds and picture this. What if you went home at night and you didn't get any emails? What if for an entire weekend, you never got an email? You there? I got news for you. That's my everyday. Do you know why? Because I told people, don't email me. Talk to me. And I rarely get emails at night. I never get emails on the weekend. I've trained people that I work with to go, look, there's a better way to communicate. Now, let's get to some of the solutions. That leads me to it. Here's what we need less of. Leaders, and some of you can lead up. Because the bottom line is, can you get your job done? Can you be productive? And if the answer is yes, then people will work with you on your way of communicating. But here's what we need less of. We need less micromanaging bosses. We need less meetings. And we need less emails. For the love of everything that's holy, stop sending an email. Can it be covered in a conversation at the coffee machine? Do it. Stop sending emails. Stop, please. I beg you. Here's what we need more of. If we need less micromanaging, guess what we need more of? More training. Why? One of the number one frustrations American workers have is they don't feel they have adequate training to do their job. Leaders, if you spent more time training them, and as a result, you could trust them more, you wouldn't have to micromanage them. You wouldn't have to have all these freaking meetings. How about more trust? How about giving people the opportunity to figure it out on their own and not have to have a meeting for them to get marching orders every time? And then how about just more freedom in general? You be free, leaders. You workers, be free to try stuff and just do something and communicate normally.